Yep.
So let's go ahead and just take a few moments to take a few deep breaths. Allow yourself to release, let's just say, any kind of burdens or stresses, or having to do things, or whatever might be coming up, any kind of mind chatter. Just allow your breath to kind of carry it away, just like a cloud. Nice deep breaths. All of whatever that was is still available to you once this is over. But for now, just put it aside. Allow yourself to let the breath just blow it away like a soft breeze. Feel the energies just coming in through the heart, each breath, allowing it to travel and move through all your energetic body, all your cells, your nervous system. We are so happy that you're here today, for we are going to be presenting something new today. If you will allow yourselves to stay in this place that Tomei has brought you to, this open place, this place of silence, presence, we ask that you allow yourselves to feel and sense a new energy coming in, a new presence enveloping you. For right now, he is becoming one with this presence. He was correct. There is something new happening, and this is what is new. It is only new because it is a remembering for you. Any type of new remembering seems to open a door that didn't seem to be there before, but has always been there. This higher consciousness presence could appear to you in many different ways. Because you're each unique souls, as you welcome this presence in, it might appear differently to you than the person even sitting next to you, or the person that is miles away. But let us assure you, it is the same frequency. The appearance of it and the frequency of it will meld with you in such a way that will, of course, not harm you in any way, but still allow you to touch it, to be with it, to sense it, to allow it in. Some will be overcome by it, overcome in a very wonderful way. For in this energetic realm, this presence, this vibration, frequency, there is no polarity as such. It is just a pure presence. As you begin to allow it to come in and feel it around you, it might even feel as if it's an angel, something that you have felt before. But in the beginning stages of its ability to come in, it comes in slowly, gently, softly. The name for this presence, if you will, for you love labels, you love to know what it is that is there in the presence, will come at a later date. But for now, we just wish to welcome this presence here with you. Begin to feel it fall down upon you as a mist. A very light mist. A rejuvenating mist. If it had arms, it would wrap itself around you and hold you close. I am that I am. I am that. I do have a few words for you. For in words, I can generate a frequency and send this vibration to your heart. And as you hear the words, each one of you will vibrate those words in a different way. They will touch you in a different way. And from now on, if you wish to call upon me without name, you will call upon me through your heart, the feeling, the sensation of the connection we have today. In this moment, there has been a portal that has opened that allows me and my vibration and sensations to come through in no harm, but as a blanket to hold you close, to warm your heart, to know that you are not alone. For some of you, that portal has always been available. And for others who have not done enough work yet, it's still to come. For once again, in this portal, in this place with the frequency and vibration that is emanating from where I'm at, has no judgment, has no polarity. All is in presence. Yet what keeps most from feeling and sensing this presence is the word that you know so well, and it would be fear. Fear of change, fear of not knowing, fear of emptiness, of being alone. Your scientists have discovered so many black holes in the universal structures that are around. And at first, they looked at those black holes as a place of sucking up all the energy. That if you got stuck in a black hole, whatever energy went in was destroyed. So there was a fear that came with black holes, to stay away from black holes. And as you know, most recently, other scientists have discovered that creativity and manifestation happens within the black hole. that if you wish to change or manifest a different portion of yourself, you must go into the presence. You must go into the presence of your heart and allow yourself to be in silence. And through that silence, as you know, a feeling is developed, is manifested within your own heart of what it is you wish to change. If there is judgment in that change, or if there is judgment to make you want to change, or make something else change, that manifestation will not take place. For the lower frequencies, the lower vibrations that you have presented to that manifestation, to that presence, brings a polarity to the presence. So to allow yourself to truly, truly manifest and create, you might even say co-create, there must be a clarity, a feeling of balance, pure balance, not a balance of plus and minus, but just a pure balance of no judgment. And if there is even just a small percentage, let's say, of fear, it will not be complete. So this is most difficult, especially on your planet, in your third dimensional capacity. As you look around outside yourself, you are swarmed with polarity. Whether it is negative or positive in your own mind, you're swarmed by it. You are asked to make judgments. In fact, some would only allow you to be with them if you make the right judgment. And even if you do your own work internally, you find yourself judging yourself based upon the outcomes of what is going on without understanding to just be with outcomes, to just be in the presence of the situations and the challenges that you have manifested for yourself so you can grow past them. Judgment comes in. And it brings a wall with it, a very thick wall that then must be dissolved as well. Now, this is all a learning game for you, of course. But today, a lot of that learning has taken place for each one of you. And this portal that I speak of is the same portal that connects each dimensional reality to its other higher place. So there are portals between the first and second dimension. There are portals between the second and third, and portals between the third and fourth, and on it goes. Those portals might appear to you as being a black hole. You've heard of wormholes. Very similar in the portals that are connecting these dimensions. Some of you might have felt the senses that come with traveling in that portal between the third and the fourth, even the third and the fifth, and kind of feel off kilter. In some cases, what you might call spiritual insanity can take place. You feel so separated from your third dimensional reality, it's hard for you to even believe that you're in a higher frequency. and some of the gifts that come with that sensation. The ability to feel another's energy, the ability to travel, the ability to, say, move from one place to another, to shape shift, to be able to see things differently than someone else. Those gifts are all part of the higher frequencies that come with it, for it gives you a clarity to see things as they truly are versus the polarities that have been established in the third dimension and below. So what might develop as you have traveled from one side to the other is a fear of not wanting to be separated. But therein lies the misunderstanding, the ignorance, you might even say, of what is really truly at hand. For it all is a facade. The facade that was created on the third dimensional reality to keep you captured, imprisoned in the judgment of polarities, gives you a sense of warmth, you might say, a sense of being connected with something, so you don't feel alone. For when you do move into these other dimensional realities, it takes a while to become accustomed to what is there, the feelings and the sensations, the connections, the way frequency, vibration work in these other dimensions are all different. There is a different feeling for them. Albeit moving up in each dimensional reality brings you closer to the all, which means the vibrations become tighter, a little bit more dense, you might say, in its vibratory pattern, faster, way faster than the speed of light. Consciousness is immediate. Consciousness, as you know, is instantaneous. It allows you to feel that sense of consciousness more and more in that capacity, instead of waiting for time to take effect. The only time that is available is on the third dimensional reality. There is no time in other dimensional realities. You might say the faster that you can allow yourself to be with these understandings within your heart, which means you feel them, you feel the words I'm speaking, and I am that. I am not a being as such. I am a vibrational pattern, to make that clear. Within that vibrational pattern, I am a pure polarity. Allowing your heart to open up enough to feel that sensation. You will feel it in the present moment when you truly are surrounded, engulfed, embraced in the present moment, your present moment. Your present moment, allowing yourself to be in the presence in, let's say, that black hole of creation and manifestation within your heart space, allows you many, many opportunities, but they are momentary. Each present moment is momentary in your time frame. So the work that must take place, if you want to see it as work, is to add them together. To have more than one moment, another moment then takes its place, and then another moment takes that place, and so on and so forth, stringing together many, many moments, many, many opportunities for presence. And some of you have already felt this kind of engulfment, you might say, where time slipped away. And it doesn't necessarily mean you set yourself up in some kind of meditational definition of how you're supposed to go into this place. You can do it while you work. You can do it when you're playing. You can do it when you're running or playing golf or on a bike or in nature or at work or with a significant other. You can do it always. Every moment can be a pure moment. And time slips away. Many of you are even losing dates and times. Pretty soon you'll forget what month it is. For time is beginning to slip away, not because you're, let's say, getting older or getting dementia or losing the ability to think. It's because it's time to let go of the concept of time. And you are here on the planet now to finally bring that about, to introduce that to others, not by explaining it to them, but by just being in the moment. When the moment is truly present, there isn't anything else. You truly are in a pure polarity. There is no fear. If fear is present, then you must take a step back once again and take deep breaths if you choose to. Or allow yourself to just recognize it instantaneously, going to your heart and letting thoughts or fears or situations just pass by with no judgment. If judgment is presented, either within yourself saying that, look, you allowed yourself to not be in the moment again and how bad you are, or if you say that stopped me from being in the moment, a judgment of what's outside of you, it will take longer to get back to it or to the new moment that's on its way. It truly is just being with what is present. Some in your culture, especially in your spiritual culture, might call it surrendering. This would indicate that something is better than what you are in the moment, thus judgment. Being present doesn't mean surrendering yourself to something that's being present. Being present is actually becoming more connected. Look at it more as filling up the cup, as opposed to the cup was half empty. The cup has never been half empty. It's always been full. You allow yourself to take down the fog that was in front of your eyes, realizing that it's always been there. This present moment, this opportunity, this frequency or vibration has always been there. The work you have in front of you has always taught you that you must try to set a goal. You must try to find some way to get there, to find this, to be better than before. You can see by those words that I've just expressed to you, there is much judgment and vibration in those words. It's to even let those things go and just be present. The facade that there is a distance between you and source doesn't exist. If you truly do believe, which is more of a mindful type definition, but if you truly feel in your heart that you are one with source, it's instantaneous because consciousness is instantaneous. The connection is always there, always was there. You created the fog that stops you from seeing or feeling or sensing. The portal has always been there between multi-universes, between multi-dimensions. It has always been there. What has stopped any being, if you will, even from the highest to the lowest, from going to the next portal has always been a sense of not knowing. So to allow yourself to feel these vibrations and frequencies that I'm now surrounding you with, there is a pureness to that energy, the way you might visualize it right now. I ask that you feel it and sense it with all the senses that you have, your energetic body as well. Can you feel the blanket that is there? Can you feel the softness, the light, the beauty, the non-judgment, acceptance, the welcoming? The vibratory sense that is held in this dimensional reality envelops everything below it. Of course, your mind cannot comprehend that. It envelops everything, all of source that is below this vibration. It holds all of this in a beautiful dance and pattern, holding space and beingness for all things underneath. This is just one of the gifts and places that your heart will take you to, if you allow it to be open. As many of you know, the work is still at hand, but things are changing rapidly. The leaving behind the concepts of plus or minus the polarities will soon give way to more of a pure polarity. But in your own journey, it depends upon how much you're willing to let go of the fear of making those changes. For those fears, they support that you believe you're separate. Fear supports the belief system of being separate. And as you know, everything is consciousness, everything is unified. There is no separation. but one must feel that fully. Tomei has explained that in many ways, but the concept that you have on the planet of percentages to say that you are now past 50% and accepting that everything is unified will bring an understanding within your heart and open up a feeling and a sensation of how that truly feels. You will see through the actions of others after this. You will see through the situations that are being presented to you. You will embrace the challenges with a smile on your face that will come after that is met. For you realize within that it brings you closer to unity by walking through the challenges that you are manifesting for yourself. But first, one must accept themselves truly in a unified aspect, which means there is no separation whatsoever. Your third dimensional reality in your mind causes you to see it differently. And again, there lies the work. Many of you know that when you are in the present moment, all of that drops away. It's not even present at all. It went somewhere. For in the present moment, that's all there is. There is breath, there is experience, there could be feelings of loss, feelings of acceptance, feelings of gain, but they're all feelings of pure polarity of it, not one is worse than the other or one is better than the other. This new portal that's been opened, this new vibration that is coming through and has been for a while, allows you the opportunity to somewhat go on vacation, to take a breath away from the struggles that have possibly caused you so much pain and suffering, imbalance, confusion. With one breath, you can allow yourself the opportunity to move into that portal and time will escape you. You might come back thinking it's been 2 or 3 hours. And if you look at your watch, it's only been 1 second. Time is irrelevant in the present moment in a black hole. There is no time. When you finally understand truthfully that from the greatest to the smallest, there is an incomprehensible amount of black holes beyond any way of counting. It is infinite. Each one holding a present moment, as we have spoken about. You can allow yourself to either go inward or outward. As above, so below. Now, finally, understand that there are many out there who will try and capture you into what might be called a computer visualization of what we are sharing today. They will help you try to believe that they actually took you somewhere else. All we will say is be careful with this, for they are trying to take your energy. For you don't have to use any system that's been created in the third dimensional realm to go here. It's instantaneous if you've done the work. It doesn't mean you try and promote this or go against that, because that, once again, is providing a polarity, a judgment. The work that must be done now, as been said before, is for each individual to find their way of experiencing the various black holes that change from time to time, allowing their energies to rise and walking the walk with these energies at a higher place. Many will look at you and say, you're somewhat different. What is going on? You will find words that will help explain to them what it is that you are experiencing, what you are becoming, instead of trying to promote a particular kind of, let's say, religion or a modality of some kind that can be created around this, for that then puts a wall around it, it captures it, and thus people feel they have to follow it when they have it already inside themselves in their unique fashion, their unique way of experiencing and being part of what it is to be in a black hole. Allow yourself to become, truthfully, the master that you are. Allow the remembering to come forward more and more. I almost want to say to you at this final moment, you already have felt me before. I am coming through now more in the portal because I just wish to be here with you to serve, to provide you that loving hug when things aren't so great, to help you know there are others waiting for you, to stay with the journey, to be with others in kindness, gentleness, and understanding, even when it's so hard to be with them in those moments. You can do that from a distance, as you know. Many of you have used the energetic realm consciousness to send messages of love that are cherished by those, even though you don't get a reply as such. But that energy, that vibration of frequency is sent out through consciousness and touches those individuals, those souls in this world instantaneously. And many of you have gotten verifications of that. You know that it works, which allows you to keep working it, keep feeling it, keep sensing it, not giving up. Staying on the journey that you so beautifully chose to do when you came down here. Allow yourself to feel the spiritual hug. Feel the softness. Feel the mist. Everything is perfect just as it is. We will see you soon. I am that I am. I am that. So allow yourself to slowly breathe a little deeper, a little stronger. Feel the breath go throughout your whole body. Possibly allow yourself to feel your physical body now, where you're at. Move around a little bit, maybe move your hands, your arms, your legs. When you're ready, slowly open up your eyes. So I have to say that this beginning, it was probably the strongest field of energy I've ever been in since doing this work. But yet it was one of the most soft and gentle energies I've ever been in as well at the same time. There was an incredible strength to it, but just a welcoming or a overall sense of peace, I guess, that came with it. Kind of a simplistic understanding of how easy this is to be in. Len's energy just kind of came in now, and he reminded me of a time we sat together, and he told me, by the way, it's been 2 years on August 1st since he passed. Hard to believe, but he told me once that he was in a meditation and he actually saw his ego drift away. He kind of drifted away downward, and in front of him was kind of a feeling of himself coming to him. And he said, he looked up at himself and said, oh, this is how I love myself. And this is so easy. And of course, then he woke up out of his meditation. His ego was right back where it was before. So, but he had the experience of feeling the simplicity of that energetic value or vibrational value of really acceptance of oneself. And for him, it was such a relief to finally feel something like that. I was so happy for him at the time. Of course, now he's in it all the time. But it was really a wonderful moment. I just relate to it that way, that the simplicity of being in the moment seems to have those characteristics to it. That it's so simple and so easy and so welcoming, acceptable, all those kind of words, I guess. So I'll get off my soapbox and listen to what you guys have to say, if anything that you want to share. And Carolyn, you're going to have to come over here if you want.
Tom, this was indeed the most powerful thing you've ever done.
This day was the most powerful thing they've ever done.
Well,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
all of it, maybe all of us have ever done.
Yeah.
I am facing the opportunity in the next 3 weeks to bring the essence of my work to tens of thousands of people.
Oh.
And this experience has transformed the message, deepened the message, given it an authenticity and depth that I wasn't planning on. And I am just profoundly grateful. Thank you.
Mm. I love it when it's spontaneity and you're not expecting anything.
Yep. Incredible. Thank you.
For me, it was a very, very deep, intense feeling in my heart. But the visualization was just two huge angel wings, and it was a hug. It was throughout my whole body, and it was. You were right. They were right. Gentle, very light and gentle. Like feathers would be.
I was gonna say that, yeah, I felt the hug right away.
Immediately.
Before it was ever mentioned, the energy of that. Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
It's kind of rough because you're just in it, you know,
Yeah.
you're still in it now. Yeah. I love the visualization of the portals between the dimensions. the sharing of, I guess, the information, if you want to call it that, of the black holes. Understanding it gave me a way more depth of feeling it, especially when they were speaking within me, the as above, so below concept of that. It doesn't matter if I choose to go out or go in. It's all available. Doesn't matter. That everything is the same. Everything is unified. So the ability to shape shift and go to Mars if I want to, or to go deep within my own essence in some way, makes no difference. They both are going to present to me an incredible opportunity to feel and sense my connections in that moment of what is real, what is beautiful and soft and gentle. And it's kind of my mind right now. So I can't even, when I'm going to say he or she, it's the best thing I say, because it was just this energetic, unbelievable, like umbrella or something, that is beyond comprehension how it can hold in all the things that are underneath it. It was really hard to visualize the billions and trillions. I don't know what's past trillions. I don't know, Bill, what's past trillions of black holes that might be, available inside me, let alone who knows how many universes, all that kind of stuff. It's just kind of like, wow. And each one provides a different experience. So.
And there was no fear going through the portals. There was no fear, just sensation.
Mhm. Yeah.
No fear of black holes
No.
anymore.
Mm-mm. Black holes are our friends. Maybe that should be a t-shirt. We used to come up with all these names for t-shirts at the workshops. I never wrote them down. There's another one. Black holes are our friends.
No, I am a black hole. That's the one you got to put it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Or I'm billions of black holes. That would really throw somebody off. Oh. Anyone else want to share anything?
I've said this before, I'll say it again. I think you should do this more often.
Well, we'll see how the schedule goes. I gotta go find the world, man. I've been sitting here too long. But I appreciate it, Bill. Thank you. Yeah. Amanda and Dane, you guys just came up. You gonna say something?
Can you hear me okay? It was a
Yeah.
smidgen loud of that. Yeah, no, it was that was incredible. And yeah, I was gonna just ask you to expound upon any of like the visualizations that you had related to what they mentioned about kind of black holes, and as they're the sort of portals into all the dimensions, but there's also an infinite amount of them connecting everything. And just any other visualization or feeling that kind of came to you during that.
Yeah, there were a couple things that came through. When I was like standing, let's just say I was probably floating, whatever, in front of a black hole, and it was right in front of me. And I chose to go in. In the moment I chose to go in, I came up with Mars because that's what I chose when I went in. The thought of Mars came in, and I was instantly on Mars. Instantly. And yet, if I were to go in, it seemed like if I would go into that same black hole and think about, Orion, I would be there. Like each black hole, and in whatever way has the same properties, but also has different experiences that you can go to through those black holes, whether it is inside or outside. And it kind of blew my mind because it was like, if there is trillions upon trillions upon trillions upon trillions of black holes inside of me, and trillions upon trillions, outside of me, it's like, wow, there can't be any time. How could you, as a soul, experience all of them? I mean, it's like, it's hard to the concept is hard for this third dimensional mind to wrap itself around, but that's the kind of feeling that was present when they started talking about the black holes, is that, oh my God, I think I'm going to Portugal and Spain and all these other places, and I get to travel and see all these people and stuff, and that's really cool. It's like, that's not even, it's almost, it's sick that I'm thinking that's the greatest thing in the world, and it still is, because they get to meet all these people and stuff, but what's available to us is just, it's off the charts.
Think
And
of
And is it, oh, sorry.
I did see it kind of like a wormhole effect to it too. When they said it's
Yeah.
kind of like a wormhole, and all of a sudden there was like a wormhole there with the black hole. But I think the feeling of that was they were just showing me that so I could comprehend that when you go in, you can go anywhere. That kind of, feeling. And for me, with my small scientific mind that I have, I needed something to help me get a concept of what that might be. So that was, I think that was there just to show me kind of an understanding a little bit of what it might be.
the language.
Yeah, just, oh,
The
sorry. go.
languaging that you've used about it
Yeah,
really suggests that the black hole itself is the portal.
yeah, exactly. And,
Okay,
and
it's not
there's,
a portal between black holes.
yeah,
The black hole is a portal of what? Knowing, of revelation.
of manifesting, you
Yeah,
creating,
of it
just, you
in
can
of
do
itself.
whatever. Yeah. There was a show, gosh, it was quite a while ago. And they created this, like, it was almost like an entrance that was like round in the circle. And I can't remember what Stargate, what the heck it was called.
Oh,
If
okay.
you ever guys watched Stargate back in the day, Amanda and Dane, you guys were probably, 5 years old, but
Yeah.
it was called Stargate. And they would turn it on and they could walk through to a place that they had already put into the computer, of course. So it's almost like they pre-designed where they were going to go. And of course, they were trying to change time and change things, all that kind of stuff. But it was kind of like, Bill, like you're saying, it's kind of interesting. It's like the black hole isn't really a wormhole. It's just, it is your opportunity to manifest with no judgment at all in that moment, I guess.
Are you familiar with Harriman's latest work?
A little bit.
What he is about to publish the ultimate convergence and redefinition, reintegration of what Einstein couldn't quite accomplish. Okay, that is the unified field theory, where everything is the unified field.
Mhm.
he has scaled it down to, and people misunderstand this, okay? A quantum is not some big giant thing. A quantum is a centimeter to the minus 40th or 50th. It is so dinky winky that people can't even imagine what that is.
Mhm.
Okay. And he has scaled how that functions all the way to the cosmic universe. And Einstein couldn't do it. But he got close. He laid out the fundamental framework.
Yeah.
So I've taken an online course with Harriman explaining this stuff, which I can only comprehend at the most generalized level.
Yeah.
But his whole essence is that almost every proton of everything is a black hole.
Yeah. I
It
would,
is literally a universe of,
Mhm.
let's just call it perpetual creation.
Yeah, and what, as soon as you said that, I got a hit from them again that said it's even smaller than that. The black hole. That,
You
that
mean the quantum or the black hole?
the black hole is smaller than the proton.
Okay. I'll let them and Harriman work
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah, yeah.
They can work it out.
I'm just passing on what all of a sudden happened. Dan, I think you wanted to say something too before, didn't you?
Might have forgotten.
Yeah, just kind of as you were describing that, I was feeling into that feeling that has come from Cryon and from some of the other channels and whatnot of like the as above, so below, that every single thing is holographic. And so within our 100 trillion cells, there was just this feeling of kind of 100 trillion black holes sort of all connecting to one, but also all almost like pipes, but also all connected to completely unknown or where like who knows, kind
Yeah,
of
wherever.
like these
Yeah.
little 100 trillion wormholes that are at a level incomprehensible to the mind, like in terms of smallness, but that everything, like I kind of have this mix sometimes of that going outside of us, of like, okay, you like visually, feel it outside of you and it's somewhere you're going, but it's actually all inside of you in the same
Yeah.
vein.
At the same time. Yeah.
And it's so cool to feel into that, and these like 100 trillion pipelines sort of that are connected to everything. It's just really amazing.
I could
Really awesome to feel
I
into.
could see Nassim right now saying in his
Yeah.
movie where he says, "Did you know that you are a black hole?"
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. And
it's
that like if like that, with that holographic principle, it's like every single one of your infinitely microscopic cells is also connected to everything.
yeah,
Like every single, it's very hard to get
Yeah.
any understanding of.
Yeah, which cell do you want to go through today?
Yeah, that kind of visual came into me as you were describing your experience.
Yeah. Anybody else want to add some more or whatever?
Oh, Chome, one other thing. Was there anything like, or can you expand upon at the very beginning when they were talking about bridging sort of two worlds and being here, but also being in the fifth dimension, being here, but in the fourth dimension? Any other kind of feelings or visuals that, particularly around the disorientation of that and feeling like, I think they use the word spiritual insanity, and just
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
anything else that sort of
Yeah.
came during that part.
Yeah. I would say that physically, I was dizzy. Like when I would go over to the fifth dimension, I was really dizzy. And then when I came back, I felt a little bit more grounded. So there was this kind of back and forth when I was doing that. And so when they used the word spiritual insanity, I understood what it really meant was, that there's such a download of information that is available to us in the fifth dimension, that we're ready to explore, let's say, or just welcome in or experience, that if we take in too much, it kind of, as they say, it blows your mind. It does bring you into kind of an insanity, because you come back here and you see what's going on and you just shake your head like, what the heck, I can't believe what's going on here. And then you go back there and you get a little bit more and you come back here, it's the same thing. So there's this back and forth of finally getting comfortable, I guess, with feeling the dizziness and feeling the downloads, but then being able to come back and bring it back here, not to, they were showing me like standing on a pedestal and seeing thousands of people out there and trying to help them understand, when they were saying that's not what to do. But to take all that information and walk around with it as if you're holding it, waiting for somebody to come up to you and plug into you to see if they can get some information that you just got, because they know that you've got it or something like that. So there was kind of that visualization of just walking amongst, we don't have any special robes or any special fears or anything like that. We walk around and it's just like you walk around like normal, and that one person comes up to you that day and just looking for some kindness, but you give them kindness like they've never had before. Somebody's looking for some words of something, and the words that come from your heart are so different than words that come from somebody else. And it's all because of the downloads that you've had, or because you've allowed yourself to be open to, say, the spiritual insanity that's on the other side, because our bodies have a hard time adjusting to that. That's been going on for quite a while as well, as you know, for the last couple of years, really, with the downloads that come in at night on us and dreams and all that kind of thing that we've been walking through for such a long time. And so that kind of feeling tired, oh my gosh, it was another download. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do with this? And it's like finally letting go of all that, just saying, no, that's just the journey right now. And it's the way it is. Be grateful for who you are and what you are and what you take in, and how you can allow yourself to be able to give it to others in a humble way and in a way of gratitude and so on. To me, that's the work we have here, is to stay humble in what we do. That's a big piece to me. And I, just getting hit now, it's like, yeah, the more you're humble, the more hits you're going to get. So
I've been getting tons of them in this work recently. I mean, it's just coming and coming and coming and coming, so much that I don't know how to put the pieces all together. I mean, it is such a gigantic, big mosaic. Okay. And I tell my daughter, I mean, I'm walking around like a gigantic encyclopedia, and they tell me I have a half hour to share that with people. So, where do you start? What do you do?
you go to your heart, Bill.
Yeah, I know. Believe me.
And just let the heart speak. I mean, it's like, I don't pre-plan anything anymore. Not that I did so much before anyway, but now it's even, it's all from the heart. It's just the energy comes through, and the words will be spoken the way they're supposed to be spoken. And I think there's a trust factor in that, that the vibrations of those words will fall on the right people. It's not going to fall on everybody, but
Yeah.
it'll fall on the right people the way it's supposed to, and it'll be a beautiful process and move on to the next one. You know? Just trust and know that, you know, you've got the angel wings around you too, just like we all do, you know? I like the visualization of the mist
Yes.
and coming down and just being around me all the time. I mean, it's just like, and it's a beautiful mist. It's a light, really light, white light mists, you know, kind of thing. It's not like the mist that we see in a fog or something. It's like, it's just like, I feel right now. In fact, I'm tingling. It's just amazing. Absolutely
Well,
amazing.
the mist doesn't seem to be around me. It seems to be in me.
Yeah,
And you're talking about this perpetual tingling. Well, there it is. I mean, the minute you started talking about that, I just went into perpetual tingle
Yeah.
until this whole thing was over. I mean, it
Yeah.
was unreal.
yeah. Yeah. Anyone else? Little bits and pieces keep coming back to me. That's why. Sorry, I'm interrupting, but seems like I'm remembering this one better than I ever remembered any of
Yeah, it seems that way too. I'm
Yeah.
assuming you've recorded this, yes?
them. Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eager to hear it again. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. Thank you so much for partaking. The next one will be the first Sunday in September, which will be Labor Day weekend. Lisa and I are leaving on the 6th, I believe it is, for the Camino. So we're going to be gone for till the end of October.
Wow.
So that'll be the last one for a while. I will, my phone system, I found out T-Mobile, I can get texts and I'm only charged like 25 cents a minute for phone calls and stuff like that. So it's not like a big deal. So they have service over there. So if anybody needs to contact me with anything, I'm more than willing to call back if I'm in a place where I can. Other than that, though, we'll hopefully see you guys next month, and I'll get this probably out within the next couple of days.
Thank you very, 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 very much.
Okay, great seeing everybody again.
Thank you all.
All right, see ya.
Thanks, Tomei.
Yeah, see you guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.